Hey everybody, it's Mrs. Ross, and we are here for another week's edition of Book Chat. So the book that I wanted to talk to you about today, there are lots of traditions at this time of the year, lots of holidays that we may not know as much about and we may not be as familiar with. A great way for us to find out about new traditions is to read children's books on the topic because they are usually very concise, they're clear, they're fun, and they're often full of really great information. So the book that I want to share with you today is a book about Kwanzaa, which is a celebration that you may not be overly familiar with. It's celebrated by African Americans, and it's called Together for Kwanzaa. So they talk about lighting the kinara, which is the candle holder, and they talk about the 7 principles of Kwanzaa. So every night there's a new principle for Kwanzaa, and it's celebrated with different symbols. And there's a big party at the end. Gifts are exchanged eventually. So this is a great story because it tells a story about a little girl who is looking forward to celebrating with her brother who's off at school, and then he gets delayed, first of all by a snowstorm, and then his car breaks down. So dealing with that disappointment as well is something that we can all relate to, whether we celebrate Kwanzaa or not. Just having something that you're really looking forward to and then realizing that that's being compromised, and how do you work around that, or how do you still enjoy the celebration even when things need to be changed. I think it's a good lesson for all children to know because they don't always cope well with change or disappointment. And so this does have a happy ending. I will give you that little spoiler alert. But it's a great book, and it really describes the principles of Kwanzaa well. It's very reader friendly, and you will probably learn some things that you didn't know. So check this out, Together for Kwanzaa. I hope that you enjoy it, and I'll see you next week for another edition of Book Chat.